Just when it seemed the chaos with evil Mick Michaelis was behind us, he breaks out of prison in upcoming episodes. The dangerous criminal has been held on remand ever since he killed Craig Tinker, but now it appears Kit Green could be his next target. Will Kit make it out alive? Elsewhere, Dev Alahan returns to Weatherfield. However, as Bernie Winter becomes increasingly wary of Aadi, what complications lie ahead for the unsuspecting Dev? At the same time, Kevin Webster starts to crack under the weight of his deceit when unwell sister Debbie decides to intervene. Nick Tilsley grows anxious about his son Sam Blakeman, while Carla Connor finds herself confused by Lisa Swain's strange reaction to a recent incident. Catch all the Coronation Street drama from Monday, 14th of July to Friday, 18th of July, 2025. 5 Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Number 1. Mick Michaelis breaks free and leaves Kit Green fighting for his life. As Lou Michaelis finds herself in hot water and her family unravels, Mick stages a shocking breakout from prison, leading to a terrifying standoff where he demands custody of his children. The drama begins when the unhinged murderer receives a cryptic message on his burner phone, while Brody heads off to collect Joni and Shanice from Sally Metcalf's place. Sally informs him that Tim has taken Joni to a trial day at Weatherfield High, prompting a visibly anxious Brody to secretly phone Mick. While Daniel Osborne gets ready for a job interview at the school, Joni faces cruel comments from classmates about her parents. The upset leaves Joni distressed, and the school contacts Sally to collect her. Meanwhile, Lou is grilled by PC Jess Haywood about Mick, but she denies any involvement. Mick storms into the school, stunning both Daniel and Mrs. Crawshaw as he demands to see Joni. Mrs. Crawshaw tells him that Joni was picked up earlier by Sally, so Mick traps them inside the office and runs off. Back on the street, Sally brings Joni to an empty factory for a quiet look around, but things take a dangerous turn when Mick appears, with Kit close behind. Armed with a metal bar, Mick looks threatening, and the chaos that follows leaves Kit in need of emergency surgery after a violent clash. As Bernie and Sarah Platt wait anxiously by Kit's hospital bed, his fate remains uncertain. Brody's whereabouts are still unknown, and Bernie fears the worst. But has Mick managed to slip away once more? Number 2. Dev Alahan comes back as fears grow over Aadi's robbery claims. Lauren Bolton hopes to make up for her recent actions and invites Aadi over for tea with her and baby Frankie. Although Aadi agrees to the meetup, he remains unaware of Lauren's deepening emotions and continues to hide his unintentional involvement in her spiking incident. Later in the week, chaos erupts as Aadi is seen shouting at a masked thief fleeing from the corner shop. He explains to his sister Asha that the burglar threatened him with a wrench and forced him to clear out the safe. Asha offers support as Aadi recounts the ordeal to PC Jess Haywood. He claims the culprit escaped with £6,000 in cash, and though he reassures them the store is insured, Bernie can't shake the feeling that Aadi's not telling the full truth. Could there be more to the story than Aadi is letting on? Soon after, Dev returns home after a lengthy time away and demands to be filled in. But will he uncover everything that's been going on in his absence? Number 3. Kevin Webster struggles with guilt as Debbie makes bold choices. Kevin promises Tyrone Dobbs that he'll be honest with Abby about his cancer once they return from their weekend getaway. However, guilt begins to overwhelm him for pretending he's still undergoing treatment, especially after he learns something significant about his sister Debbie. Debbie, who is living with dementia, is determined to live life to the fullest and embrace joy wherever she can. She's furious to discover that she and her partner Ronnie Bailey have missed out on buying number 6, losing it to Carla. Not long after, Ronnie urges Debbie to pull back on her impulsive bid for the house. Debbie stands her ground, reminding him of her success in business, while Ronnie secretly reveals to Kevin that she wants to move closer to support him through what she believes is ongoing cancer treatment. Consumed by guilt, Kevin tells Debbie not to make life-changing choices on his behalf. But the question remains, will he finally admit that he's actually cancer-free? Number 4. Nick Tilsley grows concerned over son Sam's silence. As the fallout from Mick's rampage spreads through Weatherfield, a withdrawn Sam raises alarm bells for his dad. Nick attempts to bring up what happened at the school, but Sam shuts down and won't engage in the conversation. Later, Hope Dobbs reveals to Nick that Sam's cousin Lily Platt hid from Mick in a classroom, but refused to let Sam join her, leaving him terrified and alone. A furious Nick confronts his half-brother David Platt, desperate to figure out how to support Sam. Can the family find a way to help the young boy process the trauma? Number 5. Carla Connor grows uneasy about Lisa Swain's strange behavior. During the robbery at the corner shop, Carla and Lisa happen to be nearby and witness the thief fleeing the scene. But Carla is taken aback when Lisa stands frozen instead of stepping in. Later, Carla questions Lisa about her lack of response and asks why she didn't try to stop the suspect. Lisa refuses to explain, only deepening Carla's concern. Is Lisa hiding something? And will she eventually reveal why she hesitated in the moment? Later, Hope Dobbs reveals to Nick that Sam's cousin Lily Platt hid from Mick in a classroom, but refused to let Sam join her, leaving him terrified and alone. A furious Nick confronts his half-brother David Platt, desperate to figure out how to support Sam. Can the family find a way to help the young boy process the trauma? Number 5. Carla Connor grows uneasy about Lisa Swain's strange behavior. During the robbery at the corner shop, Carla and Lisa happen to be nearby and witness the thief fleeing the scene. But Carla is taken aback when Lisa stands frozen instead of stepping in. Later, Carla questions Lisa about her lack of response and asks why she didn't try to stop the suspect. Lisa refuses to explain, only deepening Carla's concern. Is Lisa hiding something? And will she eventually reveal why she hesitated in the moment? Coronation Street star hints at dramatic struggle as character's life hangs in the balance following explosive standoff. Coronation Street actor Ryan Mulvey, who plays Brody Michaelis, has teased an intense set of episodes ahead, involving a prison break, a dangerous confrontation, and one resident left clinging to life. Next week's ITV soap episodes are set to deliver high-stakes drama as a desperate escape attempt spirals into chaos. At the heart of the action is killer Mick Michaelis, who escapes custody and launches a terrifying plan to flee with his children. His actions place lives at risk, and someone may not survive. While much of the storyline is being kept tightly under wraps, what's known is that Mick is determined to reunite with his family and get away before authorities catch up with him. As his wife, Lou Michaelis, faces increasing pressure and the family dynamic crumbles, Mick's dangerous move threatens to tear everything apart. In a dramatic twist, it's revealed that Brody Michaelis has been secretly communicating with his criminal father through a burner phone. As Mick learns of Lou's troubles, he and Brody begin plotting together in a last-ditch effort to save what's left of the family. Now, actor Ryan Mulvey has opened up about the emotional turmoil ahead for Brody and the dangerous crossroads he faces. The storyline follows Mick's previous arrest for the murder of PC Craig Tinker and Brody's recent discovery that Kit Green is actually his biological father, setting the stage for a turbulent set of episodes. Speaking about Brody's motivation for helping Mick despite everything, Ryan shared, "It's a mix of everything. But at his core, Brody just wants to hold his family together. He sees it as his responsibility. He's made promises to both his mom and dad, and he's convinced that protecting the family is now his job. If he fails, he'll feel like he's let everyone down. To him, that duty as a brother and a man is everything. Even though he knows what Mick is doing is wrong, he pushes that aside because all that matters to him is keeping his loved ones close." As the chaos unfolds and one character ends up fighting for survival, Brody's internal struggle and moral dilemma take center stage. With loyalties tested and dangerous decisions made, Coronation Street is gearing up for an unforgettable week of action, heartbreak, and shocking twists. But when Mick's plan begins to fall apart and people are left in danger, Brody's Coronation Street's Brody star reveals emotional nightmare and moral turmoil amid life-or-death drama. Ryan Mulvey, who plays Brody Michaelis on Coronation Street, has opened up about the intense pressure facing his character as a dangerous plan with his father, Mick Michaelis, spirals out of control, leaving one man fighting for his life and Brody torn between two dads. Brody is caught in the middle of a desperate family crisis as his father Mick escapes from prison and ropes him into a high-risk plot. For Brody, the stakes are deeply personal. He's absolutely terrified of letting Mick down, Ryan shared. He idolizes his dad. That's the person he's always looked up to. The idea that he could disappoint him? That's the stuff of nightmares. As the situation escalates and Brody's nerves intensify, Ryan explained how self-doubt starts to consume the teen. He's under so much pressure. He wants to prove himself, to live up to what his dad expects. But he's scared, and if things fall apart, he'll blame himself. He'll feel like a complete failure if he can't keep the family together, and that could really mess with his head afterwards. When Kit Green, a local officer, and as Brody has only just discovered, his biological father, ends up critically injured and rushed to hospital for emergency surgery, things take a dark turn. Brody suddenly finds himself wrestling with overwhelming emotions and conflicting loyalties. "It's all happened so fast," Ryan said. "He's just learned that Kit is his real dad, and now that same man might not make it. It's a huge shock. Brody's smart. He knows Kit could give him a better future. But now there's a real chance he could lose him before they ever even bond." Caught between the man who raised him and the man who gave him life, Brody finds himself in a painful internal conflict. "There's this mental tug-of-war," Ryan added. "Mick is the dad who's always been there, even though he's made terrible choices. But Kit, who's just entered his life, could change everything. And now Mick may have destroyed that chance. Brody's battling with himself. He's not sure which father he wants to win out, and he keeps that struggle bottled up." Looking ahead to what could be next for Brody and Kit, Ryan teased more emotionally complex scenes, especially if Kit pulls through. There's so much potential with their dynamic, a dad who's a police officer and a son who keeps getting into trouble. I love working with Jacob Roberts because there's so much depth to explore. From resentment to bonding moments, and even normal father-son stuff like dating, house parties, whatever, the possibilities are endless. As Coronation Street builds toward these high-stakes episodes, fans can expect emotional twists, raw confrontations, and life-altering choices for the Michaelis family. Coronation Street continues every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.